Hey, have you ever played Fallout 4 and thought, wait, why am I decorating a house when my kid is literally missing? Like, I just saw my wife get brutally removed from the land of the living, but now I'm collecting aluminum cans and creating laser turrets for strangers. Brilliant, right? That weird disconnect feeling, that's actually a thing. It's called Ludonarrative Dissonance. And yeah, it's as fancy as it sounds, but I promise it's actually super interesting once you get into it. All right, so a quick breakdown. Ludo means play, and narrative means story. So, ludonarrative dissonance is just when the story of the game and the stuff you're doing don't really match up. Classic example, Uncharted. Nathan Drake is a charming, goofy guy in the cutscenes, but during the gameplay, you've got him taking out armies like he's John Wick in a jungle gym. It's insane. It's like, wait, are we supposed to be the good guys? So, yeah, that vibe we're talking about, Fallout 4 is all of it, honestly. The game is just completely disconnected from its story, the plot. So, okay, let's talk about it, right? You wake up from cryosleep. Your partner is shot in the face. Your baby kidnapped. That's serious, right? You'd think the character would be like, nothing else matters. I've got to find my son. But then, boom, you go out into the wastelands and suddenly you're helping Preston Garvey with like random problems for the settlements and searching for duct tape like it's gone. And the game never really checks you on this. You could literally straight up ignore the main quest to find your missing son, right? Sean, you remember him from like for like 50 hours and nobody would say a word. No reminder, no emotional weight. Was that even the plot? That ludo narrative dissonance is that's it. Your character's supposed to be in crisis, but the game treats it like it's a chill road trip. It's your son. He's gone missing. Your wife's dead. That should be all that matters. So why does it happen? Honestly, it's like a kind of a tug of war with design. Fallout 4 wants to tell an emotional story and be an open world sandbox at the same time. But that means giving you freedom to do whatever. But also trying to get you to care about the one specific thing, your kid. And those two things don't always mix. If you can do anything, is there any reason to do what's urgent? It's like the game is trying to be the roads and Minecraft at the same time. Ambitious, yeah. Cohesive, not really. Now, if you're into game design or storytelling, there's actually a lot we can learn from this kind of stuff. So, lesson one, give the player's actions emotional weight. If you let the player go off track, that's cool. But maybe add a little bit of consequence. Maybe the trail goes cold if you take too long. Maybe Sean gets older, something like that. And then there's lesson two, reflect back on the choices. NPCs could call you out. Like, hey, aren't you supposed to be looking for your son? That kind of stuff will really land with the players. So let's say you're making a game and you want to avoid this whole dissonance trap. Here's what you could do. Option one, make the mechanics part of the story. Let's say settlement building is a way for you to cope with the trauma or prepping for Sean's rescue. Suddenly, it makes more sense. Option 2, make time matter. Don't let players delay the story forever with zero consequence. Even small things like characters saying, "We lost time," make it feel real. And then option 3, let the game adapt to the player. If someone spends 100 hours exploring, let that be acknowledged in dialogue. Shape the story around the player's behavior. And then option 4, honestly, maybe just pick one. If your story needs urgency, don't design a gameplay loop that's built around endless side quests. It makes no sense. So yeah, Fallout 4 is a great game. Don't get me wrong. Tons to do, super fun, but emotionally, it's kind of hollow. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not because the writing's bad. It's not that. It's because what you're doing doesn't match with what the game's supposed to feel like. That's the power and the challenge of making a game. You're not just telling a story, you're letting the player live it. And when the story and the gameplay don't vibe, players notice. They may not have a word for it, but they'll feel it. So next time you are playing a game or making a game, keep your eye out for those moments. The stuff that just doesn't feel right or feel off, that's your clue. Anyway, if you're into game design or love overthinking like I do, obviously, hit the like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you and nerd out a little bit more. But thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.